Hi, everybody. What's happening, folks? What's happening? Woo! Johnny Lee Long here, and today we're gonna talk about a touchy subject. Touchy. All right. So the touchy subject today is what? Oh, it's easy. How many bases should I own? Basically, you should own as many as you want. As many as you can afford. That's the first one said, as many as you want. The second one says, as many as you can afford. The third one is one. Alright, so as many as you want. If you can have 90 bases, 2,000 bases, I say have them. You only play one at one time. Afford. Woo! That's a touchy subject. We, in our mind, think that the most expensive, how can I say this? The most expensive base that you put in your hand makes you the best player in the world. No, that doesn't work that way. Your gifts, your talent, your skills make you the best player in the world. All right? The best player in the world has the best attitude. I'm just saying. And with the best attitude comes the best of playing. There you go. The most expensive base doesn't make you the best player or make you sound any better than the other guy. There are some guys playing no-name bases that's absolutely amazing. All right, and there's some guys playing the top of the line bases like Federos and Muck bases and Signor bases and Smith bases that will just blow you out the water. Okay. There are some guys that's playing Fender Jazzes that's just completely incredible. There are some guys playing P basses that's just mind-blowing. All right, we can go back into Motown, and you already know what I'm talking about. Into Jaco Pastorius, and into who my boy is. So we can go back to that far and say Don't Catch was using P and jazz basses with no preamps in them. All right, but that's a whole new different ball game because the amps was had a lot to do with what they did. All right, so again, I just want to say, guys, basically, it's nothing wrong with owning at least 5 bases. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know, 0. I don't know. Whatever suits your fancy, but you only play one base at one time. All right, you can't play 2 bases at one time. Some people can, all right, but you don't see them in full concert regularly doing 2 or 3 bases at one time. You only play one base at one time. All right, and what you have to also remember is that out in the audience there are people that don't play bass, okay, but they want to hear bass, and that's what they hear coming out there in the audience. Whether it's a Smith, a Muck, or a Signor, or MTD, whatever they hear, it's still a bass. They could care less what it is. You know what I'm saying? They could care less what kind of bass it is. It could be a hobo bass. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. They could care less. But we are visual people. So if we see something pretty on stage, it sounds good out there. Or we see something pretty on stage and the player's not that good, it sounds bad out there. But it looks good. That kind of stuff. So I'm just saying, guys, you can own as many bases as you want, but the bass doesn't make the player. The player makes the bass. All right? Always remember that. The bass doesn't make the player makes the bass. And then the bass enhances the player. So I just want to put that out there this morning to all those who wanted to know how many bases should I own. And I say, like I said, own as many you want, and as many you can afford, and so on and so forth. But I just want to throw that out there because I feel good about that. It's been on my mind too. And basically, I had to ask some old cats, how many bases should I own? And why? The question is why you own, 25, 30, 40 bases. Why? Every base sounds different. I understand that. Every base plays differently. I understand that. Nobody understands that like me. But there's one bass that suits for you. And maybe that bass could be a Rickenbacker. Maybe that bass could be an Ibanez. Maybe that bass could be my favorite, Music Man. Maybe it's an old bass that feels good to you. You know, it could be a new bass that feels good to you, and you won't play anything else. But my whole concept, and I'm speaking for myself, it's like I like things in my hand that's old. It's that already stood the test of time. All right? If it's 30, 40, 50 years old, we already know it stood the great test of time. And it has that old sound. Now we have to put it, then amps makes it sound up to the new age. And then some people like old amps. I'm just saying. So hey, look, I'm not gonna go on and on and on and and on and on and on and on. Man, I'm not gonna keep going on because a lot of you guys will say, "Well, man, you know, I'd rather have such and such bass." That's you, baby. That's you. If you want to have 45 basses, you can afford 45 basses. Some people can't afford one bass, and it's in our hearts that if that person can't afford one bass, we should help them out. We as brotherhood should help out brotherhood. All right. So my whole thing is for the holidays and for any other day, birthdays or whatever the case may be. If you found a brother that's in need, help him. All right. If he needs a bass, help him with the bass. Especially our kids. All right. We need to keep them off the street. And if music can keep them off the street, keep them in the house for a while until they come to their conclusion of I don't need to be out there, then that's what we do. All right. Well, that's what I do. So anyway, I just want to say that. My name is Johnny Lee Long, and that's my take on how many basses you should have. How many basses do you think I should have? Well, if you ask my queen, I should have at least one. Just one. I'm like, okay, well, anyway. That's why she's my queen. Anyway, once again, guys, Johnny Lee Long. Peace out.